Hey, I was looking for treasure, not for brain parasites. Get these tentacles out of my face. The Treasures of Tiragarde Sound achievement is an exploration achievement that requires finding 10 treasures. You can find the name of those 10 readily enough in your achievements book. The 10 include 4 treasure chests, 4 treasure maps, and 2 adventures. The 4 treasure chests are just out there in the world. Chances are you looted at least one of them while adventuring in the zone and didn't even know it. But in case you missed them, I'll show you where each one is located. Before you click off and go find what you need, please click the like button if this video helped you complete the achievement. Check the number of the treasure and skip ahead in the video to the spot that you need. Or, watch the whole thing. YouTube loves us when viewers watch the whole video. The 4 treasure maps lead to 4 chests as well. However, you can't find the chests, that is, they won't show up in your world until you have the matching treasure map item. I'll give you the map text, some hints, some more hints, and then just show you where each one is. Again, if you're just looking for one of these, check the number and skip ahead. Finally, there are 2 adventure chests. These are the hay-covered chest, number 9, and the secret of the depths, number 10. The hay chest doesn't take too much, but the secret of the depths requires some exploration to get started, some exploration to continue, and ends with a fun little adventure and the reward of the toy that you saw at the start of the video. Again, I'll describe how to get that chest first with a few hints, then a few more, etc., until I show you where everything is located. I'll start off each section with a bit more information on that category. First, the 4 chests you'll find while adventuring. If you're looking for the general area where these 4 chests are, they are, of course, all in Tiragarde Sound. 1 is near Borealis, 1 near the mining camp, 1 near Vigil Hill, and 1 near the Norrington Estate. First up, the Scrimshaw Cache. I'll give you more hints before just showing you where this one is, but you already know where it is. This is probably the first treasure I ever opened in Cool Tiers, and it was part of an achievement. It should show up on your minimap if you're at the flight point in Borealis. There are myriad ways to get there, but if you want, just follow this video and see where it is. 7222 are the coords. I thought I had recorded this twice before, but large hard drives bedevil me, so here I am on a class trial character that's about to expire. Second is the Cutwater treasure chest. For most of the questing in the zone, I don't think you ever have a reason to be near this chest. It's kind of out of the way in between several different quest areas, but I'll tell you it's somewhere in this first shot. Remind you that the chest will be on your map if you're close enough, and suggest looking for some Cutwater pirates, because it's their chest and they're guarding it. Moving a bit closer, it's up there. And finally, here's the video. We're headed to 7258. This area is on the west side of the Winterdeep mining camp, just off a roadway half up the hill. Once you carve your way through these guys, you'll arrive at the chest. The third cache is the Forgotten Smugglers stash. There's no one guarding it, at least no humans. There are some pirates outside though, and you'll go through this area as you quest in Tiragarde, probably seeing the chest show up on your map. First hint, it's near Vigil Hill. Second hint, it's just off the old Rust Road. Third hint, look here. I've got some video too. Note that if you charge in recklessly, you'll piss off the defenders. Use what AoE you have if you need to, and this chest at coords 62-63 is yours. The fourth chest, what nobles do you know about in Tiragarde? Personally, I kept thinking about the Proudmoors, but I don't know where their estate is, nor do I know where Ashvane's estate is. I know where the foundry is, but that's not the estate. That leaves us with this guy, yep, Normington. Chances are you saw this chest at 5633 on your minimap while running around through the zone, maybe even while doing world quests, but didn't manage to get there. It's easy enough, you just have to come to it from the top. Here's the video from the flight point just north of the estate. Getting through the trees is a pain, and if you miss a jump or veer off too far to the right or left, you'll fall down the cliff and have to run all the way around again. You don't really need to creep along the edge, but you'll get to it. It can go very wrong, but even so, I was a bit reckless here and managed to get to the chest. Next up, the 4 treasure maps. Again, these treasures can't even be found until you have the corresponding map. To get the map, you have to kill pirates in Freehold, although pirates also near Dalen's Gate will work. The maps are about a 10% drop rate, and there appears to be some leveling in there, so it really shouldn't take more than about 40 kills to get all 4 maps. If you're missing one, maybe 10 or more dead pirates will yield the one you're missing, although there are reports of someone spending a couple hours farming for the last drop, which I'm not sure I believe. I think the key is to kill pirates of the 4 crews, maybe. Anyway, good luck. Also, you can't find a map twice. Note that once you've found the map, you don't need to keep it anymore. Looting the map unlocks the chest. The treasure will then show up on your mini-map with an 8-pointed star behind it. It'll look like a special treasure, and it is. It's connected to an achievement, but none of them contain much special. Each treasure map has a short 3-line clue written on it, so the first part of each of these maps I'll read the text and talk about the clues. Let's start with Soggy. Quote, "Part of my gold lies with my late lady. She rests where she was slain, a true Cooltiran burial, forever in the shadow of the anchor." Well, I'm going to go with a lady here being a ship, and I suppose that a true Cooltiran burial would be a burial at sea, which means this treasure is in a shipwreck somewhere in the water, not on shore. Now, honestly, I have no idea what in the shadow of the anchor means. Do you know? If you do, please leave a comment. I'd love to believe that the Blizzard devs weren't just shitting out nonsense when they made these items. Anyway, I saw the 8-pointed star around this chest while taking a boat, went back and dove into the water at 55:46 and found this chest among the shipwreck. Still no clue what the anchor refers to. The second map is Fading Treasure Map, which shows up in the achievement as Faded, not Fading. The text is thus, quote, "Part of my gold lies alone, free from the stone cage, with a clear view of the horizon, gazing at the highest peak." End quote. Okay, so the gold's alone. What's the stone cage? Dunno. Note that the yellowed treasure says that it's in the sun. This one has a view of the horizon. Sounds to me like it's on the ocean coast, not an inner coast. Otherwise, you wouldn't see the horizon. And the highest peak? Well, the highest peak in Kultiris is Mount Quartus and Drustvar, but these are treasures of Tiragarde. I'm going to guess that the mountains on the border between Tiragarde and Stormsong count as being in both. If you want, you can climb a mountain. I climbed the one in southeast Tiragarde, and here's the view. So my guess is the mountain north of the Waning Glacier is the tallest one in Tiragarde, and I'll call this one Mount Waning. Or how about Mount Wanier, you think? No? Okay. Here's the video. So, what's the stone cage? I have no idea. Knowing where the chest is, I'd guess that the cage is the central land part of Tiragarde. Or maybe it's the area inside the 3 large walls. That is the one at Boralis, Dalen's Gate to the south, and the Angle Point wall to the west. So, throwing our clues together, we have somewhere on the coast of the very west end of Tiragarde, underneath the Mount Waning. But not in Drustvar, of course, which means not out Western Watch, and not on Stormsong. So for the final answer, across the bay from Mount Waning, here's a few picks to get you oriented. The next map is the Yellow Treasure Map, whose text reads, quote, "Part of my gold lies in waterlogged bones, just a stroll from a lively town. Take care to ignore the local minstrels." End quote. Okay, to me, bones here in the pirate expansion means the ruins of a shipwreck. Now, what's a lively town? The liveliest town in Tiragarde, to me, is Freehold, and we took a stroll to get there. So, reversing that stroll and looking for local minstrels, that seems obvious enough. The entire frickin' zone is covered with sirens. They must be our minstrels. However, they figured prominently in the quest line when our pal Flynn was enchanted, and both of those clues point to somewhere near Castaway Point, in an area called the Wailing Tideway. Looking along the coast over there turns up a treasure on the mini-map easily enough. Now, if you've got the mini-map turned off, I can tell you the coords are 9076. If you've got neither tool, just roam around the coast looking for the bones of an old shipwreck, or watch the video. My apologies for the lack of sound. The fourth and final map is the Singed Treasure Map. Its text reads, quote, "Part of my gold lies on rocky shores, where the rocks frame a blue blood's land, nested in an abandoned den of rats." End quote. Okay, rocky shores, we know generally where to look. That means it's not going to be inland. As I mentioned before, no one in Tiragarde has an estate, except for, yes, that particular well-known, clearly named, blue-blooded noble's estate. Now, what about the den of rats? This is where I wish the treasure didn't show up on the minimap, because this clue was actually useful. See this flag here? This whole shoreline was ridden with wrecks. Minimap gives the game away at 49:38. If the flag had been a bit more prominent, that would have helped, but maybe next X-Pack. Blizzard, can you try a bit harder, please? That leaves us with the two adventures. Both of these I call adventures because they're not just chests that you run up to and open. The first one requires pretty much talking to every NPC you can, even ones that don't have quests. Although really you just have to have talked to the right guy. And the final treasure is quite an adventure. You actually have to go exploring, killing mobs, looking in hidden cellars, hidden caves, and hidden pools. In fact, this screenshot holds clues to both of these last two chests. Need more? Keep watching. And if you've had fun so far, please click that like button. So let's start off with a hey. If you did all of the quests in Tiragarde, then you ran past this guy, but didn't really interact with him. But he has something to say. Take a look. That's my hint. Need more spoilers? Here goes. This is what he says. Seems obvious what he wants, but how do you give it to him? Follow the clues in the video here, and it's straightforward enough. This whole treasure hinges on that one NPC. Just run to the nearby hill, jump on the special stallion, and return to Rome. He'll drop the chest right in front of you, and you can either grab it right away or wait for your limited time unicorn to expire. If you're having trouble finding Roan, he's at 6152 in the small cluster of buildings that's west of Bridgeport. He can be found right along the old Drust Road, which runs from Bridgeport all the way out to Drustvar. That leaves us with just the secret of the depths. I already gave you my first clue, and here it is again if you missed it. And the second clue is this. You've been here before if you did the quest chain in Storm Song, which is kind of weird, but that's the way it goes. But we're going somewhere special. Here's the shrine above. We're looking for the secret of the depths, which means we need a different shrine, one below. Here's what you'll find. And how do you get there? You keep watching, and I'll keep feeding you the answers. Jump in the pool, swim down, deal with any ornery acolytes hot on your tail, and click on the plaque. It's obviously expecting you to have the answer, so let me briefly outline the rest of the game. You need to find 5 scrolls, clicking and reading each one of them. You don't need to find them in order, so if you didn't find one of them, you'll be blocked. The first of the 5 scrolls is right here on the ground, so you can see the technique I used to find the rest of the scrolls, excessive mouse movement. Roughly, the 4 other scrolls are located, one in the cellar room, one up on the second floor in a study, the third in a sunken practice area that's not really a basement, there's just a floor built on a level above this. And the fourth one is, wait for it, in a different cellar room. They kind of needed a bell tower on this island or something, I think. Once you have the 4 scrolls, head back down to the shrine below. Click on the plaque once again, and now you'll be spoon-fed the proper response each time, which is, of course, a line from one of the scrolls. If you collected all 5 scrolls and enter all 5 lines, you'll be asked if you want to continue. Well, do you? Sure you do. What's the worst that can happen? Character deletion? Nah, Blizz would never do that. Instead, you get tentacles on your head. Congratulations! Achievement complete. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. More achievement videos are coming soon, roughly 1 a week. Maybe I'll cover Mythic Plus dungeons, because I've had a lot of trouble with pugs not knowing their way through the fights. Add a comment below and let me know what you think. And if you have any answers about what those dang map clues meant, please leave them. I really feel like I only answered half of them and just got lucky with the other half.